It is. Oh, I gotta turn that off. It has been. Or it is 3 o'clock in the frickin' morning. I am currently eating my microphone, and I'm recording this after having already recorded something else. In that last recording, I was talking heavily about just how difficult it has been to figure out my microphone situation. There are a lot of little plugins and thingamajigs that I have to go through using and adjusting so that I can get the perfect amount of sound to come through and to keep the imperfect amount of sound from coming through. Indeed. I am now in a situation where I have been relegated to sitting up straight, prim and proper, having my microphone right in my face. This is an interesting thing. I am a very movie man. Indeed, I like to scooch around a lot. I find there is no comfort in the way I sit in any given situation. Probably because of my cheap Staples chair, the one that is not designed for people my height. It is the life I must lead. Coupled with the fact that my dual monitor setup is kind of situated such that I have nothing but a pole right the center of my eyes, I have to turn my head to the right just a little bit in order to see my screen. Luckily for me, my microphone is not set up in a way that it blocks my line of sight, but unfortunately it does block me from sitting more comfortably. That is to say, sitting kind of facing towards my monitor. I have to keep my neck at a tilt, and because of that my mouth is at a tilt. I can't quite speak directly into my microphone. I'm going to challenge myself right now. We're going to change that. That's better. Now I don't feel like I'm eating my microphone. Miss. Hi. Check that low. You dead? On the way. Low. Ooh. Could have gotten it there, but I'm going to die. I called it, but it does not mean I wanted it. Yeah, so, you know, I guess we'll just overcome that part of the whole microphone thing. I really do hope that this audio thing turns out a lot better than the last video. If I were to post it, you would hear that I just kind of go in and out and in and out. Like, it's just a terrible viewing experience. I don't want to wish it on anyone. In the last video, I talked heavily about just how miserable playing War Thunder at above or at 10.0 has been. And so too, I have talked about the kind of difficulty in coping with that while using the 120S, the infamous, mystical M60 120 kind of M1 Abrams M60 hybrid. I think it's not really a unique experience necessarily, it's just kind of just like how things are when it comes to playing War Thunder. You know, the stock grind. I had forgotten how difficult the stock grind was. Oh, thank goodness. And the stock grind at 10.0 is just extra hard, because you have heat fin stabilized rounds, shooting at tanks that have been for nearly a decade armored against heat rounds. You have a very immobile tank. The M60 is not the speed demon that the M1 Abrams and other tanks at this BR tend to be. And you're extremely vulnerable, because although you have a shell that doesn't penetrate anything, your hull is about as impervious as a piece of paper. The turret is actually very well armored, but nobody aims for the turret because you are so tall and so large. The hull is the easiest place to shoot. Then you have things like that, the Su-25 Frogfoot, and other various generous sorts of anti-tank aircraft. It's kind of miserable. Now, on top of that, on top of the weak armor, the I saw a guy. Come on. The weak armor, the poor mobility, and the large target that you are, you're also missing a lot. You know, it takes a very long time to get the research needed to find the upgrades, you know, hiding in sheds and in toolboxes. That is to say, the grind has been terrible. It's just been forever. You know, the fact that there are the generic sort of protection items that you can grind out, stuff like toolboxes and firefighter hoses. Come on. I don't know what they're called. Fire extinguishers and the crew repairs. You know, those make it slightly cheaper, slightly easier. You're joking. Thank goodness. But, like, you're still researching things that kind of suck. You know? First things first, the APFSDS, Armor Piercing Fin Stabilized Discarding Sabo upgrade. It's alright. It's alright. For a 120mm gun, you know, you can aim at most things at most distances and pretty much assume to penetrate. But, you know, just like this experience that I've just given you here, it's no surefire thing. Yeah. The T-80 is a much more protected tank than I. He was using... Aw, come on. He was using a rocket launcher? Rocket launcher! ATGM? Got me right where I was weakest. Yeah, can't use that guy for my mission. I've already used up all my thingamajigs. My free respawns. So, like, this is a video... This has become, just like the last video, this has become a video about the 120S while I do not play the 120S. In the last video, I went and complained about how hard 10.0 is. I think I've already kind of explained it well enough. I have to slowly range my gun. I could just Kentucky windage it, but we're not going to do that. We're civilized. Did he just... Wait, what? Now I'm confused. And I'm dead. As usual. This might be the shortest video I record. This has been the entire experience I've experienced at this BR. I spawn in, I get 3 lives, maybe shoot down like 2 different tanks. I get bombed by Cass. I get blown up by tanks that are impervious to me. And so does my entire team. And this is the result. As you can see, we have 1 guy still alive, 2 guys still alive, 3 guys still alive if I choose to spawn in. Which I will. I'll do that. I'll sacrifice it. I'm gonna lean over to sneeze. I hope my microphone didn't pick it up. My microphone shouldn't have been able to pick that up, but if it picks it up, then I'm gonna be very sad. Maybe I'll be indifferent. Who knows? And my teammate just got bombed, and so will I in 3, 2... Never mind. Yep. This is War Thunder at its best. I think, for my own sanity, I might consider going back down to 9.0 and never touching 10.0 ever again. Just, the differences between a down tier and an up tier are incredible. If you get down tiered, which is very rare, you basically become a proto-god. But you're still a very vulnerable god, so I guess you're a demigod. You know, I'm about as vulnerable as a regular M60 at all times. It's just that I'm something of a glass cannon. Except I'm not like a good glass cannon, such as the various multitudes of light tanks that have huge cannons. I'm like a chud cannon. I'm thick and heavy and large. And because of that, I get destroyed. And then in an up tier, I'm met with tanks that have hard kill technology, which isn't kind of relevant for me, but it kind of serves the point of they're just technologically advanced. I can penetrate them with my big cannon, but so can they, and they can target me quicker, and they can identify me quicker, and they can shoot at me sooner, and they can penetrate me quicker, and they kill me quicker. The whole survival onion goes against me. It's rotten. Rotten to the core, rotten through and through. So yeah, we're slowly grinding out the engine. I figured I'd go back in time and download my tracks because they just helped me little by little. But now I have subjugated myself to engine. I might have gone for the horizontal turret drive, but the turret is already so fast, the only things holding me back are mobility and range finding, I guess. But the range finding's not much of a problem unless I was in a situation like that last match, where I'm blazing away at two people. You know how it is. Anywho, that's that. You know, I'm so tired of this experience. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.